You see Sylvanas banned a lot, but usually it's not banned by the blue team. He's a high priority pick, a good candidate for that first pick. So
Hmm.
generally you leave it to the second team to do that. But this game, maybe their support not as confident, doesn't feel good about Sylvanas. They've banned that. That said, it's ranked. This isn't a team setting. Can't go too much into it. But these bans do look fairly standard.
They really do. First pick, of course, was Athena since it wasn't prioritized in the bans thus far. And then on the opposite team, we have Hercules and Bastet. Ooh. And then Thor automatically picked up. Really interesting. Bastet can go either in jungle or she can go into solo lane, as we've seen a lot of her in there recently. Hercules can either also be solo lane, he could be jungle, he could be in solo. What do you think?
It's probably gonna be Herc solo would be my guess, and Bastet jungle that would be standard, but you never know. Could always see something really weird. As for the what's currently named the blue team, Agni and Thor hovered on will be locked in, and this is just like a good composition. Athena, Agni, Thor. You can't go bad with that. Now, they are vulnerable to cripples, so maybe a Poseidon pick for mid would be really good. And I'd say that if Poseidon's not picked here, it would be a great pick to ban away. And honestly, Poseidon just looks good in this game in general. I mean, every god picked so far is severely hampered by that whirlpool.
Yeah, and I'm looking right now on red team. We don't have much CC so far. I mean, we've got Hercules. He's got, of course, his driving strike, the number one annoying the skill up that he
Yeah,
has,
so annoying.
and we have the pull from him as well. But coming out of Ra and Bastet so far, all we have is a slow coming out of both gods. But over here on blue team, I don't think I need to explain to anybody in the audience it's the amount of CC. We got a Theta taunt on like an 11-second cooldown all game.
Alright, so Cupid banned away. Neither team has picked their ADC yet, unless, once again, we're seeing something weird. So they're just banning out some of the scarier ADCs. Now, the red team, gonna pick Honor here, and that's a good pick. They're likely leaving their support for last, but we could see Hercules in the support role. Over on the blue team, Kyborg and Gurok likely going to be looking to lock in the solo and the hunter here. Ul, certainly good pick. He's strong late game, relatively safe, decent burst damage. He just sort of does everything. He's one of those everyman hunters, much like on her. Kyborg for the solo lane could go Bakasura with Bologna ban. That would be a good choice and it's relatively safe, but maybe the solo laner for the blue team not as comfortable with it. And Vimana
Vamana.
can't go wrong.
Very nice. I like the tankiness route rather than the just standard assassin solo. You know, you're talking about Uller and Onher, and I really love the Uller pick against Onher. Onher, as we know, recently
Sure.
got a buff where he can actually clear waves. He no longer has a percentage reduced amount on his spear, like his main wave clear. Used to
Yeah.
do less damage for the other enemies that was hit after the initial one, and that has been recently reverted, and so he's actually gotten really, really strong again. And Uller is a really interesting matchup against Onher because Uller has the same amount of clear and the same amount of poke that Onher does. So look to see some a lot of battle in duo lane.
Alright, well, the picks have gone through. We'll be Anatoly in the solo of Amana, Na in the mid lane on Agni, Acrylics playing your Hunter, Ul, Gurak in the jungle on Thor, and Kyborg XD on Athena for the red team, Cliff on Hercules, Scary D on Bastet, Sad Fat Asfsa. I'm getting better at that name. It's been a while.
But what is
Ra in the middle lane, on her, played by Sheikah in the Hunter role, and Auxilia support Geb.
Sad Fat Asfasa? Afsa, right?
Sad Fat Ass. Yeah, something like that. We were close.
We were
Alright,
close.
so chat's gotten some good names.
I already named the teams. Team Bucket, Team Breadbox.
Team Bucket and Team Breadbox, I'm down. Which one's Team Bucket? Alright, I got it. Let's put it in. Alright.
Buckets are boys.
Awesome.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. You know, if this goes well, we could start up the Smitten Pro League.
Hey man, I'm down. Spin Pro League, let's do it.
Hashtag SPL.
Oh
Okay,
my
so just looking at these lineups, is there anything that jumps out to you? Maybe like what do you think's gonna happen this game?
Well, honestly, just based off of CC alone, I'm really liking Team Bucket. just based off of pure CC alone.
Sure.
Over here on Team Breadbox, we've got the Geb knockup and the Geb stun. We've got on her pillar stun and the knockup from his jump. Raw, we have a slow and lots of sustain. Bastet, lots of burst and lots of repositioning there. And then Hercules, of course, is but compared to Team Bucket, I just don't. I'm based off of CC alone. I'm gonna have to give it to Team Bucket.
Yeah, I mean, Team Bucket really has a lot more control, and I think that really comes down to Thor and Agni. At the same time, I don't think Breadbox is, like, below the minimum, right? Like, every so often you see a game where there's a Raw, and he's like, well, I've got this great snipe. I really want to use it, but there's no one to set up for me. And this game, that's not entirely the case. Like, Bastet Cats make you super slow. You can snipe off that. You've got Geb for the ult and knockup, so it's not horrible. And I think there is snowball potential if Scary D on that Bastet goes off. I mean, Bastet has been a highly banned pick recently. She can be very, very scary, and her early game pressure is very high, but Garok on Thor could counteract that, and not in the mid lane. Well, he's playing a pick that's not probably like the best pick against Bastet, but it's certainly not bad. Agni should stay safe from those cats.
Right. Like, if you think about it, though, I mean, the only thing that Breadbox, like, even if Breadbox manages to kind of zone out the Athena or zone out the Thor, you still have, like, massive amounts of CC on the other team. I don't know why, but recently, especially in Season 2, we've been seeing these huge, beefy teams. Like, you're starting to see a lot more not Guardians, I'm sorry. You're seeing a lot more warriors in the solo lane than you used to. It used to be pretty much just mages and assassins, and you'd occasionally see warriors and stuff like that on the higher end of the scaling. But, like, this team with CC, as far as Season 2 goes, you're beefier, you're doing a lot more damage.
Well, we're loading into the game now. Wonderful loading cards popped up on my screen, and, you know, I have to give it to Team Bucket because they've got more of those fancy loading cards.
They sure do. All right, let's sync up.
And that's
here.
really what counts.
Are you synced up with me?
No, I'm still loading, but I got you. Let's start it, Osman. Take it away. Who do we have representing the side of Order?
The side of Order, we actually are going to come over here and look at our boys. Anatoly on Vamana, Na on Agni, Kyborg on Athena, Gurak on Thor, and Acrylics on Ul. Over here on the Chaos side of the map, we've got Sedaf on Ra. We have Cliff on Hercules, Sheikah on Honor, Auxilia on Geb, and Scary D bringing it up with the Bastet.
All right, can't wait to see what's going to happen. And I think the first question is always, are you going to see any of those early wards coming out in the builds? Or maybe anything super aggressive, heavy hammer start? And doesn't look like it to me. Looks like it's going to be a pretty safe game so far.
So far, so good. So it's definitely going to be Athena doing standard Hog, Mark of the Vanguard. So what do you think, what has made Mark of the Vanguard so popular in Season 2? It just seems like pretty standard on all supports now.
So the difference between Mark of the Vanguard is actually pretty complex. And it all comes down to the relationship between Mark and Watcher's Gift. Mark of the Vanguard is a defensive item that excels at mitigating damage. It reduces damage taken by a flat 5. Like, you just take 5 points less damage from every individual number that pops up over your head. That could be really good against certain gods like Anubis or Bastet or Agni. But it can also be really good if people are trying to burn you down, if they're trying to jump on you early and take advantage of support's relatively weaker or relatively more vulnerable early game. On the other hand, in an extended situation, because Watcher's Gift actually regenerates your health by 60 points every wave, that can be better too. So Athena is safer in terms of the short term, but over like 2 or 3 minutes of laning, Geb's actually got a lot more sustain in his kit.
That's really interesting. I love that both supports are doing something completely different as far as their starting builds, and I can't wait to see it kind of play out. And, you know, maybe a little bit later we can do a little bit more analysis on, you know, Watchers versus versus Mark. Pretty standard start over here. We got Solo and Jungle on Team Bucket doing speed camp. There's going to be no invades, even though Blue heavily anticipated it. You know, you can see the 3 wards on the map. They were definitely scared of an invade.
So, looking at Season 2, there's something a little bit different that I really like. There's a lot more emphasis on early map pressure, and actually a mistake coming out said Fadsa in the middle lane. His heal slightly misplaced, which allows Na to get the first complete clear of the wave. Now, usually if you're on the Chaos side, you can get a little bit more lane pressure and roll that forward, but Sidfessa made like a small mechanical mistake that gives Na a little bit more potential to hold his ground in the middle lane. But Bastet rotating out of the solo lane very early, not going to catch Na, but might be able to steal back camps.
Definitely not going to be able to catch Na thanks to that ward placement over here in the solo lane right next to Fire Giant. Gonna lose out on a creep from the tower, but nothing bad. They are going to come back here and steal these small camps, which is not good news for Thor, that's for sure. That's gonna... how much experience and gold does he lose out on those small camps?
Well, he only loses out if more is taken, and Scary D's can actually do that now. It's an interesting decision to go back to the right-hand side, and because of the ward on the left, it might actually be figured out by Team Bucket. They might be able to take advantage of that, and actually a lot of poke coming out to Sedfadsa in the middle lane. Now Thor rotating into the, or staying in the middle lane instead, and Na and Gurok are going to try and get wave pressure and then take a back camp. But the way Scary D has played, he's gotten a lot of pressure in the jungle. He's taken 2 back camps so far, now finishing up the 3rd, and at the cost of a mid wave, well, really what it comes down to here is this wasted rotation from Na and Gurok. That back camp's not there. They should know that.
Yep.
So now Na needs to make something happen in the left lane.
Yeah, absolutely. Left lane's getting pushed up pretty badly by Team Breadbox over here. Geb and Onher getting plenty of poke out. It's got to be that knock-up into a spear combo. Onher doing tons of damage. Knock-up is out. Spear has been used, and it looks like Athena's just going to stick around and maybe try to bait it out a little bit. Ullr doesn't have the mana to really kind of poke these people, to poke them out. They're definitely in the advantage as far as health and mana goes. Geb rolling in, trying to get a little bit of damage. That doesn't auto, knocks him up, going in. The stun coming out of Ul should be able to save his life. There we go, just a little bit of poke taken by Ul in order to assure the safety of his support, and First Blood doesn't go down just yet, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it was actually very close to being a good situation. Ooh, actually, Tully finds the First Blood in the solo lane. He hit his ult, he turned around on Cliff, and right at the end, I guess he got his Armored Umbrella and Umbrella Ring back up, able to secure that one. Now in the middle lane, Na and Gurok are level 5, Sidfefsa, and actually Scary D level 6 here. So there's a lot of potential jungle pressure. I mean, this Bastet is ahead of Thor.
Definitely. Both mid camps are both taken by Team Breadbox. So you can see the gold right now is actually kind of in favor of Team Breadbox because of the experience in the gold from both mid camps and both back camps being stolen from Team Bucket.
Yeah, you can actually see that Scary D is roughly 300 gold ahead of Gurok. And this has just sort of come down to Gurok being outmaneuvered across the map. He made some mistakes in not fully realizing where Scary D had been and wasn't able to farm the way he needed to, actually getting all 4 back camps taken away from him.
Which is devastating as a jungler. The early stage, like getting those early kills. Oh, there's an ult coming out by Geb on. They're looking at Ullr right here. The ultimate Dust Fury coming out by Onher. The taunt saves him just a little bit. He's gonna jump down. They're both jumping at the same time. Looks like Geb gets second blood, and looks supports are gonna be carrying this game so far. Athena going in for just a little bit more. She's got a little bit of minion damage, but Thor's coming in with a double tap, and looks like looks like Onher actually just gets taken out by minions. Roman ranged, man. Roman ranged.
Yeah, so actually a rotation coming in from Scary D and Sidfasta here. Kyborg could get hit by the snipe, down to very low health, just 32. And now Gurok gonna wall, gonna jump away. Scary D gonna try and slow. The cats come out, they're under tower, but he has his hog. He should be safe here unless somehow Rock can land a beam. He's going in, he's got the slow. Gurok needs to juke the cooldown. And he's gonna survive. Yeah, the beam's not coming up. Here's Na coming in from the backside. Finds a kill onto 1, maybe 2. Athena ulting back in. Ull's here, can't find the stun. Scary D is out, but that's a big win for Team Bucket.
taunt being used, nothing coming out of it. They Team Bucket needs to get out of here. They just finished an engagement, and while we have full health, full mana both on her and Geb coming back to lane, if I was this Ull, I would be leaving. I'd be leaving like as soon as possible. He's already got his Devil Gloves finished. He's already backed once, so it's not super necessary. But Anna, Tully, please. Tully, we're over here looking at dual lane, trying to analyze them. Please quit kicking Herc's
Calm
butt.
down, Tully.
How is that possible? How is that possible that a Vamana is just so strong up against a Hercules?
I think it comes down to just mistakes made by Cliff, most likely. Nog, though, gonna find out Auxilia here. Shield keeps him alive for just a little bit longer, and the Cataclysm could buy some time. Nope. Cut off by the Flame Wave. Here's Sidfafsa. Can't really do too much, and Acrylics is just gonna likely return to lane. His purple buff was stolen away. Sheikah and Auxilia taking advantage of the lack of pressure from Athena, who did back. But just going back to that early... Oh, on the right-hand side, actually, Scary D.
Damage coming out. Looks like the Thor's hammer's already been used. Bastet's cats are out. She's looking for the blood. Oh, totally really close. Thor's gonna ulti up and try to get out of that damage. Going back in, though. Always go back and going up against this Hercules, level 7 as well. Pretty low health is the Thor, so he's just going to return. There's so much contention for these camps this game. Every camp on every side has been contested, except for, like, Team Bucket's Red Box has been relatively safe. Everybody else, like, has been getting their camp stolen. That's insane.
Ooh, Sheikah on the left-hand side could be in a little bit of trouble, but Acrylic's not able to drop enough damage off of the taunt, and now Kyborg and Acrylics will be forced to back off. Nah taking the right camps by himself, and this game has been full of fighting, but it's always coming out on top for Team Bucket. Ooh, a nice impale into the wall. Acrylics could be in a lot of trouble. The Desert Fury is connecting, but he's going to switch forms and jump away. Now Sheikah taunted out. Nice Geb shield, and Acrylics will have to back here, so this left lane could be in a bit of trouble.
Ull is so safe.
But Thor's there.
Ull
he is very safe.
So safe. Thor's here. Bastet's coming in. Bastet smells the blood in the air. She's going for the kills. But Thor's here to help out his team. He's a little bit behind. Oh my god! Bastet! Double kill. Taking them both out with that Razor Lash. Thor...
Yeah, Gurek shows up, but his ult was down. There wasn't much he could do to help his team. They just sort of grouped up under the tower and kinda got demolished, unfortunately.
It was heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking. Those 2 kills for Bastet are gonna take her a long way. I mean, that's kind of what she needed to get control of this game again, and Gurok has not been farming very well. He's only just hit level 8, whereas Scary D, 450 gold ahead of him, and firmly level 9, so... You know, if Team Bucket is going to have some trouble, it's going to be out of the jungle role, where Gurok doesn't seem quite as comfortable as the opposition.
Definitely. Bastet, I don't know. Bastet's so strong recently, and it's getting really obnoxious in games. Just, like, if she even gets 1 kill under her belt, especially, like, before 10 minutes, she starts to get into this snowbally, uncontrollable, just monster, because people have been building Transcendence on her. And it works too well. It works way too well, Krett.
Yeah, I mean, Transcendence on her is an interesting item because a lot of it is about the actual mana that it gives you. It's very much about the ability to just sort of stay on the map. And with Ra in the middle lane, that sort of makes it better. I mean, Bastet can sort of stop by for a pit stop, and now she's stopping by the left-hand lane, but Thor and Agni are rotating. They are spotted out on a ward here, so it looks like Team Breadbox is going to call off the gank, but Team Bucket, they might not let that happen as Scary D and try and poke Gurok. Doesn't really land where he wants to, and now dropping the poke of his own. Scary D at half health. I don't think much more is going to happen here. No, Thor going up. He wants to fight. Let's see what happens to Scary D. Caught out in the stun, and Wolf Dawn finds the kill.
Oh my goodness, the stun coming out. This is a gold fury fight for sure. If they can pick off Geb, this is a free gold. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in, Hammer coming out, trying to reposition himself. Geb's getting really, really low, going down to Acrylics. On her, I don't know why he decided to go back in. Taunt coming out, Shirley. Oh, Desert Fury coming out, picking up the Thor. We got Raw coming in from the back line. Hoping to pick up a little bit here. Oh, and did he secure the kill? No. Oh my goodness, double kill coming out of this on her. Them clutch plays.
And Kyborg in trouble, though. The rotation from Hercules is enough to pick him off, and now Nah left alone. He wants the kill on her, but he's going to dash in for it. Flame Wave finds the kill. No, he's got 2 angry members. He's He's dead. Sorry, nah. You're pretty dead. On the right-hand side, totally going to take as much advantage as possible out of that Hercules rotation. He's going to invade speed buff. He's going to invade blue buff. He's probably going to take this tower too. He's going to try and somehow make this Gold Fury worth it, because what happened on the left-hand side was Team Bucket chased too hard. They split up, and Onher made a great play finding the solo kill onto Acrylics. It was like 200 health versus 500 health, and Onher just played it perfectly.
That's Pillar OP over here in right lane. Looks like it is going to be going down. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for Anatoly making up for duo lane's mistakes. Mid lane getting a little bit of pressure here. Ra gonna be backing. Right camp still available. Hurt coming to find his jungle absolutely taken. All of the right side jungle except for the small camps are down. Anatoly over here trying to aggress a little bit. He sees
Thor's here too.
Oh, Thor dunk coming in, picking up Scary D and the Athena picking up on the god. That's what they needed.
I believe we call that the Space Jam. Like global ults for days, and now they're gonna pressure the mid tower off of it. Ra is here, but he really could get dived. Has to be careful, and it's always walking around the backside. Sidfasta will be backing off to his tier 2 tower. The creep wave has been cleared, and there's just not really the poke needed to really get this kill.
So why are you aggressing here? Athena,
Well, because Na's here. That's why they're aggressing. Sidfasta stunned out, could die, but doesn't quite get hit by the second meteor, or the third meteor. Nah, not able to secure that one. Toli, he's dashing in the tower. This is a bad idea. Toli, alright, he's got an ult. He'll be okay.
This is a classic case of staying too long for a kill. If you can't pick up the kill within a good 15-20 seconds max anymore in Smite, you have to GTFO.
Ooh, Scary D getting turned around upon the double tap is huge, killing him immediately. Cliff, though, will turn around back onto Anatoly. Gurok gonna be okay here, but explosive kills out of that chase.
Oh!
And also a solo kill in the duo lane.
Of course, it's Hunter v Hunter. It's just standard.
Yeah. Well, and that's actually really standard. It's really high-level play coming out of those Hunters, because what it is you see your entire team's fighting in the middle lane, 4-on-4, and you know no one can gank you. That's your time to take the skill match, the 1v1. Both players opted into it, and Acrylics came out on top.
Definitely. Well, one of the he's not really played very often, because it honestly, like, the skill cap for him is very high compared to other ADCs like Onher or like Artemis.
Yeah.
Where you're just like basically taping down your left mouse button and just like autoing all day. Will actually is he's a little bit more complicated, and it takes the right kind of player to really maximize his efficiency.
Yeah, there's a lot of aspects to Ul that get. He's just very complex. He has so many buttons to press. You don't have an ultimate, but he has a lot of other things. Now, Na could get a little bit caught out here. He is slowed the snipe, not going to connect thanks to a nice flame wave. Athena potentially in trouble, but Bistet's not going to go onto it as Ra a little bit too low to follow up. On the right-hand side, the solo Dolo lane. Well, Toli's getting aggressive on Hercules, but with the heal, I think Toli's ult might not come to fruition, though Athena is ulting in, and the heal is down. Herc very well could die here. Nice taunt. What follow-up is there from Toli? That dash should seal Hercules' fate, but he's got minions. He's got what he needs.
Toli, you can do it again. Well, coming out, saving Cliff's life just by a little bit. There's we got Scary D in here taking out Anatoly from behind. Cliff looks like he's gonna pick up Athena as well. Cliff going down to Na. Na needs to get out. Is his dash still available? Na, your dash is not available for another 8 seconds. You should be just fine, because looks like Bastet is out of mana. Krett, you still with me, buddy? Krett, darling, I see your light. I do not hear your voice, though. Alright, well, Krett tries to figure out his push-to-talk problems. We're going to be taking a look at EGR picking up, Team Bucket over here picking up right camps. Left camp still available. Ra and Geb here. Hopefully going to be securing these lefts, unless he has a bomb. He does not have another bomb for another 5 seconds. Left lane should be going down. Yeah, left lane getting picked up by Breadbox over here. Meanwhile, in the duo lane, oh, never mind. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Ra going down to Thor, double tap into Berserker's Barrage, always landing a kill there. Bastet here, though, to try to clean up just a little bit. Oh, the Razor Lashes hurt so bad. Oh, where'd he go? There's Krett. Hello. Krett, your light's not... I can't hear your voice, darling. I can't hear your voice. Left line, lots of pressure coming down over here. Second tower of the game going down. Ooh, and the axe into the one. Beautifully done. Picks up the kill on Geb. Gold Fury is about to come up relatively soon. Looks like cats are being used. Scary D chasing the kill. Acrylics popping everything he has available to get away from those dang cats. Looks like he should be able to succeed while the cats turn their sights to Athena over here. Athena trying to ulti out as quickly as possible. Can she survive the onslaught of damage? Yes, she can, and she's out, ladies and gentlemen. Now over here trying to ward, trying to secure his team to get out just a little bit, but it is quite unfortunate that they poked him out. Oh, on her going down to the Thor. Thor looking at Bastet. Bastet's jump is down, out of mana, out of health. Not much left to go on Ear. Oh, not picking up that kill off Bastet. Very well done. Krett's still having mic problems. Did you try turning it on and off again? Microphone disabled. Alright, looks like he's trying to turn it off and then back on. Alright, Gold Fury fight going down here. Looks like plenty of damage is going down. It's about half health right now. 31%, 27%. Oh, the ultimate coming out by Thor. Oh, so many ults being used. And Team Breadbox actually secures it. While they lose the Geb in the meantime, as well as the Thor in that team fight. Looks like, oh, Cliff wants to kill real bad. He's chasing real bad. Tier 2 chasing, baby, while Ul picks up a kill off the Ra. Ul, you gotta get out of there, buddy. Athena, why are you going back in? Athena, you are really low. Oh, the damage! And it totally picks up the kill on Hercules, on her just around the corner. They really need to leave. Oh, looks like Athena's in trouble. The Desert Fury picks up the kill on Athena. On her, you were also out of position, friend. This is their jungle. Like, you may be king of the jungle, but you should probably leave. Now picks another kill on Scary D. Sheikah is the only person alive on his team, getting poked out by Ul. I told you to leave, man. You can't be the king of all jungles. Just yours, honey. Krett, darling. Hero? Hero Krett. Okay.
Hello?
Hey, there's Krett.
Yeah, TeamSpeak just gave up. I don't know.
TeamSpeak has a history of doing that. You missed a lot of action, friend.
Yeah, no, I was there for it. TeamSpeak just stopped registering my mic.
How hype were you?
So, I don't know. It was pretty awesome. Lots of kills going out, and now we're sitting in a situation that's still pretty close. I mean, it's 2,000 gold in favor of Team Bucket. The experience lead a lot greater, though. About 8,000 experience, a lot of that in the solo lane and in the jungle. Mm-hmm. But, you know, there's no, like, clear winner in this game yet. There's no team that clearly has control. On the right-hand side, Cliff getting aggressed on, but it's a Hercules. You know, how much danger can he be in? And the rotations are coming out from Team Breadbox. Nah, could be a little bit late to this, and it's all about the engage from Geb. Right here, Cataclysm onto 2. Raw snipes through, not going to connect. Kyborg could still be in trouble, and Thor's going up. Athena will die.
Athena's going down to the so much going on. I don't even know. I don't have words for how much battle is happening right now. This is Masters Ranks, ladies and gentlemen. Agni Bomb coming out, missing a little bit. He's chasing. Okay, good. He didn't offensively dash like he's been doing it. It's only up in his ultimate, trying to pick up Cliff. The healing region caused too much to not really do anything just yet. Geb getting pushed out. So far, it was a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, just a 1-for-1 trade, despite a lot of action happening. On the left-hand side, Acrylics 1v1ing onto Sheikah, finds a nice stun there, but not the follow-up with his abilities. Now the on her, gonna try and ult with the Desert Fury, could actually get the kill here, and there's lots of creeps in the way, but the hail of arrows finds the kill. Beautiful play from Acrylics, and now healing back up with his axe stance. Scary G jumps over, but it looks like Ul's just gonna be able to run away with his invigorated axes.
He's getting rotated on by a lot of people. Yeah, he sees it. He sees the Raw coming. He's sprinting out of there. Meanwhile, in solo lane, Geb going down to Anatoly. Once again, 2 team members of Team Bucket trying to pressure this tier 2. Tier 2 in mid, or tier 1 in mid. Looked like it's going down to 2 as well. Sad fast. Ra, you were too late, my friend. Athena gonna dash out just fine. Thor there to help secure her. her retreat.
So on the right-hand side, Geb made the mistake of trying to defend a tower 1v2, and Athena, well, he did keep the tower alive, but Athena and Mono were just able to dive and kill him. And now there's a little bit more of a gold lead coming out from Team Bucket. They're up 3,000 gold, pretty respectable at the 20-minute mark, and it's about to be more, about to be 4,500 if Kyborg can get this tower. He's not going to be able to commit to it and might die nonetheless. On her taunted, he is sprinting around, and Ull can't get much out of this. I think Kyborg should have just suicided for the tower. Thor ulting in, finds the stun. Sheikah could be in trouble, stunned out, and obliterated by Acrylics with that hail of arrows. Now Scary D gonna just jump away. He's gotten some poke, but he can't do much more. And this purple buff will get stolen.
This is an effective 2v3. Oh, the old Raw coming out, Gebel coming out. Looks like purple buff did go down to Acrylics. Acrylics, you're in a lot of trouble, man. I don't think you can lifesteal off of that. Cat's coming out as well. And, oh, Na's here to save the day, though. Na, can you get it? Oh, you're so close. Offensive dash coming out. Auto taking down Raw. Scary D in the back getting away with just a breath of life left. And they should be able to, at the very least, secure this tower. Very well done. Athena ult coming in. Not much going to be doing it just for the damage reduction. And Geb's going to try to dash away. It's kind of an awkward bomb, but hey, props for trying, man.
Yeah, that was probably like the maximum range. So it's just one of those things where you're like, you know, this probably won't hit, but maybe it does.
Maybe I can get lucky and they just juke into my abilities.
Though it is interesting that Gurok made the decision not to get the Geb kill with the Athena ult and walks away to just be a little bit safer. Now on the right-hand side, the Soul Laners are facing off Cliff at about half health, and Tully does seem to have a bit of the upper hand in this matchup with an Executioner. His auto attacks are stronger, and Hercules, Jotun's Wrath is great for team fights, but in the 1v1, Tully is a little bit more ahead. It's 3-on-3 at the Gold Fury. Has been pulled by On Her. Bastet is here as well. It's going to be reset. They know they don't want this fight, and Ull on his way back in. Team Breadbox getting further and further behind. Now it's 4,500 gold. What's going to be the next engagement? I mean, I want to say it's the Gold Fury.
Gold Fury definitely. Fire Giant is still up, not worded. Not really sure if that's a major concern at this point, as the gold difference is pretty marginal. So if I was Team Breadbox, I'd either be trying to pressure these towers, because if you take a look at all the blue towers on Team Bucket's side, they've been tickled a little bit in mid and solo. Just a little bit of tickling has happened on the towers. So I would be either trying to group up and pressure get some more map presence, or trying to definitely secure this Gold Fury at no matter what the cost.
Well, no matter what the cost might be a little bit extreme. I wouldn't give up a Fire Giant for it, but
balls to the wall strat.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
that's Anatoly actually often implements that strategy.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we love Toly. He just
there you
goes
go.
ham.
On the left-hand side, Geb is going to blink defensively, just sort of caught out a little bit. Just some poke going down in the middle lane. But Team Bucket's grouping up. They're near the left-hand side, and they're going to actually pull the Gold Fury. It's sitting at about 50% health now, and looks like it has been snuck away. Thor's actually up in the air. He's going to try and engage on this, and Kyborg getting in position to follow up. The Thor ult does not connect. Totally zoning out Sheik, who's going to disengage, and now it's just Auxilia. They can jump in, and it's Acrylics diving into the back line. 1v2 could be in trouble as Hercules disrupting with a boulder onto Tully and Gurok. Acrylics trying to fight the cats, and he's pretty far ahead as ADCs are OP, but further back, Sheikah jumping out. A nice shield to get him out of there as Gurok runs for his life. Acrylics now back in the 1v2. Will be taken down by Sidfasta, but here's Anatoly finding Auxilia. Could maybe go on to Scary D, but instead he's just going to run around into a situation where he can really find a better 1v1. He's going to ult back and try and chase the kitty on the far side. Taken down by Thor.
Can I just say that that was like a good 30-second engagement before anybody died?
Yeah, there was a lot of skirmishing and disengaging, a really interesting fight, but I guess that's what happens when you have characters like Thor and Bastet and Ull, who are so good at running away.
So good at running away, and plus they've got, Raw.
Raw, not so good. Raw having some trouble with the running away thing.
Yeah, well, but he's got, heals. He's got the sustain in order to, stay in your face, and that's...
If you can, yeah, but when you're burst down by Nah, it's not going to work out. Now, Sheikah could be in trouble here. Scary D just going to jump away. Sheikah poked out. And it looks like Team Bucket maybe trying to get some breathing room for the Fire Giant, or at the very least this mid-tower. Nah, potentially caught out. Nice dash. He's going to be okay. And some poke coming back down onto Sheikah as Gurok takes the mid tower, or tries.
Trying to take down the mid tower. Honestly, that's what I would have been doing this entire time if I was like they were engaging up here, right next to the small camp on the right hand side, back next to tier 2s with both still up. I'm just a safe player, and I think that sometimes, especially when you're playing, you know, this aggressively, it can really get turned around in your face, especially at this Masters level. So the safer way, I think, would have been trying to manage those tier 2 towers. But if you can get them, you know, shaking in their wee boots, I guess that's good too.
Yeah, just 2 towers left up for Team Breadbox, and they really do have to defend them. If those towers go down, the lead's going to hit 9,000, maybe a little bit more, which is really the point where you just sort of force the Fire Giant. But this right tower is pressured, and Anatoly will be here to defend, and she'll be able to clear out the majority of the creep wave, guiding his Umbrella Ring back in, and now maybe trying to start a fight with Cliff, who does connect with the driving strike, but now Herc just can't dash. Looks like they're going to go onto an Exilia and a pick onto support. Well, that could turn into a Fire Giant. The Cataclysm comes out, is going to find 2. Exilia needs to escape. Scary D's coming in. Thor's going up. It's a taunt once again onto the support, and with the Anvil of Dawn, the Weakening Curse coming down. You know he's going to die. Sinfasta snipes through. I think it hits Toly, but it's not going to do enough to dissuade him. Now Cliff in the backline, he's trying to fight, but now that he's dashed, he could just get caught out as the Akrylic's fighting a 1v2 on the left-hand side again, and it could become a 1v3.
1v3 going down here. Akrylic's trying to get some damage off on him. Even in the raw heal, he's out damaging them. Even in the raw heal, he's got Executioner working for him. Ichavil, full Devo stacks and attack speed boots. He's going in here. Honor getting taunted out, and Akrylic's taking out the Scary D. Now there are only 2 members of Team Breadbox alive. Oh, and the raw snipe from behind. Oh, the raw snipe. They're going in. They're like, no, you do not get this.
Oh, now going to turn around. Sheikah stunned out. Anatoly trying to burst onto the on her, but Akrylic's jumped out. Didn't get the memo. Nonetheless, Sheikah will fall as Anatoly is sprinting to chase. This right tower could go down. They're chasing Sinfasta, and they need a kill real quick. There's the bomb. Nice Aegis going to keep him alive, but the axe is enough to secure the kill. Totally going to take that one. Right tower goes down. That should be a relatively free Fire Giant, but Geb is up to try and steal.
Geb is up, Cliff just got up, and Scary D is up in 10. If they're going to take the fire, they need to do it and burst it down now. We're just going to opt to just put some pressure over here on this right Phoenix. He's absolutely melting it, trying to buy his team some time in order to secure this Fire Giant. His teammates are so low. Like, Kyborg's at about half health, so is Gurok. They're going in on the Geb. They saw the Geb coming in for the steal. Geb ultimate coming out. He's going to get taken down relatively quickly. Oh, but the knock-up Berserker's Barrage always get you every time. Looks like they're just going to opt out to back instead of aggressing here on this Fire Giant, as we've got 2 members of Team Breadbox tumbling down the lane.
Yeah, you know, I think taking that Phoenix was a decent play. Scary D going to lose his Magi's here, not trying to turn around with some damage, but he doesn't have his Flame Wave and will die to the boulder coming through. Now Kyborg in trouble as well. Going to dash a little bit, but Cliff finds a position to catch him out. Ooh, able to back just in time, and now Gurok and Anatoly should be able to defend this Fire Giant. They certainly have to try, as Sheikah has pulled in. Scary D is going onto it, but Thor, he's up in the air, and he must come back down. Doesn't find the mark.
Anatoly picking up Scary D. Now he's looking at Sheikah. Anatoly wants that kill. Cliff's still on the Fire Giant, about half health right now. Gurok seeing him taking the Fire Giant. Here comes the Flame Waves coming up. Gurok taking the damage from the secure on the Fire Giant. Oh, the dodges. He's trying to juke as much as he can. Akrylic's trying to get the damage in on him. Over here in the back line, though, Anatoly's going up against Sheikah, trying to take out that on her. Creeping Curse coming out, taking him out for sure. Cliff also still just juking as much as he possibly can. Akrylic's going ham, jumping in offensively. Cliff getting the dash off on them. Oh, and pulling both of them into the boulder. Akrylic's, you're really low on health, man. I hope you have your jump. Oh, getting taken out by the raw beam from Hades. Krett saving.
The aggro jump just not working out for Akrylic's that time, and with Ra's healing, he's got the sustained damage he needs to get Kyborg down. Nah, pretty far away. Vamana Anatoly has disengaged, and man, that's 3 members of Team Breadbox with Fire Giant. That could be exactly what they need to get back in the game. They're still down 8,000 gold, and Auxilia in the middle lane not exactly caught out because Gem's pretty tanky, and that's a Lotus Crown on Ra. But
that was
things
things could actually turn around. This at least keeps them
Yeah.
in the game for the next 4 minutes. This at least, allows them to defend this right Phoenix over here that has been taken down. There is an engagement going on in the middle. Anatoly's breaking out the creeping curse, going in on this Raw with the Geb shield, trying to do as much damage as humanly possible. Thor ulting in, misses, and Anatoly does pick up the kill on Raw. Looking over here, just get out now. Just get out now. You got one. You got Raw. Run away.
Honestly, if Acrylics just calms down a little bit, he's been playing very well, but he's going a little bit too ham. And if he just calms down and plays a little bit more like a hunter, this could just be a pretty quick end. Now, Athena ult coming in onto Exilia. Once again, potential for a pick as Tully is pretty good damage, and that's a nice 2 bombs onto the Geb. Cataclysm coming out, but there's no real follow-up. Cannot find the stun. He doesn't. Auxilia should be able to roll away. Now, Cliff getting turned on, but with mitigate wounds up, they're just going to disengage for now, and you won't be healing up too much from that one. Sheikah, starting on Gold Fury, should be able to solo it. That's going to be a nice amount of gold back, and Cliff, well, he's got his mitigate wounds up again. Acrylics is just farming in the left lane. He really could come team fight here.
He really could. He probably should come join the battle. There's battle to be had
Oh,
out
here he is. Here he is. He's coming in on Scary D. Gonna knock off the Magi. Sprinting, but he hasn't found the crit he wants, and Bastet gets out, so that sprint not gonna turn into a kill.
Quite unfortunate. It is, however, up and in the next 60 seconds for the next team fight. However, there's been a team fight every 30 seconds happening so far. This is absolutely insane. Invades for days, just ugh. The zoning for days on the objectives has been beautiful all around. Over here, looking here, we're trying to get some damage over here on Sheikah. Sheikah using beads. Burgess Barrage coming out, doing tons of damage, and just the left button click from Acrylics taking him out.
Left click, real hard. It actually is pretty hard in this game, to be fair.
You
have to aim your left click. Scary D giving chase onto Gurok. Kyborg could be in trouble. It's a blink forward from Geb. The Cataclysm onto 1, but not a turning around. When you group up on your support, the support groups up on you. Thor comes back down, spinning onto Scary D, who's going to try and jump out. The aggro dash from not going to connect, and neither will the Flame Wave nor the Noxious Fumes. Cliff is going to survive for now, but with Acrylics coming back in, he will fall. Gurok spinning because he can't quite juke that, and now Exilia caught out between a rock and a hard place. He is the rock, but he will get destroyed nonetheless. The right Phoenix goes down as well, thanks to Tully's split push. The left should go down here, as there's not much left to defend, just Sheikah and Sidfafsa.
To be fair, I feel like Anatoly's been doing most of the work in this game, trying to keep his team going, because while they're team fighting, he's been taking that advantage and going and trying to push up a lane or get a Phoenix or get a tower or warding or invading their jungle. Every opportunity he's had as a solar laner to
oh my god, Acrylic straight up tanked Desert Fury, outdamaged it, and killed Sheikah. That's the epitome of a Fed Hunter. Now, basically diving the fountain, Tully is going to find the kill onto Ra. There's fire minions on the Titan, but I think they should just go get the middle tower. And you're right, Spin. This is a game of hashtag AFK Tully. He's not even playing. He's just PvEing. He thinks this is World of Warcraft.
Sometimes that works in Smite. Sometimes being the PvE player, I've gone up against hunters in the duo lane. That's all they do. They stay in that lane until your Phoenix is down. And that's really frustrating whenever you're an aggressive ADC and you're trying to rotate to these team fights and get fed off of kills while you're...
And have fun.
And have fun and just, play Smite like you should be. You know what I mean? And then you've got that other ADC just going around and just taking out, tower after tower, and eventually, your Titan is exposed, and you're like, oh gosh, we gotta defend that because they could just, 5-man push all the way down this lane and win. It's really, sometimes it works out.
Well, the Fire Giant has come back up. It's gonna be 5v5 on the map for that, though Gurok could get caught out here, and his hammer's down for another 1 second. But Cliff not really getting aggressive on it. Nice body block. He just hammered aggressively. He's going to try and fight this 1v2. He's got his team coming in. There's Na with the flame waves and the bombs. Exilia will fall. That's a huge pick. Cliff going down after his boulder is dropped. But can he get the kill on a Gurok? He does, just barely. Will fall. It's a 1 for 2, and that's certainly worth because it should be the Fire Giant. Both, well, 2 Hog 3s are dead, and Bastet used hers on a camp. So this should be Fire Giant.
It should be. Unless they want to kill some more things. Unless Kyborg wants to offensively dash into a raw heal with Bastet. which he's going to be taking
Mistakes
tons
were
of.
made. He's
going
going
to
to
get
try
out.
and ult out.
He's not going to get out.
Right.
And it's totally taking tons of damage from Desert Fury. Forced the ult. He's trying to run away, but Sheikah getting that kill off on him as well. So that's actually a 2-for-3 trade in favor of Team Redbox.
Yeah, mistakes were made and Team Bucket split up. You know, I think Acrylics was like, hey, let's go for the Fire Giant, and Anatoly and Kyborg were like, hey, let's go for kills, and Na was like, hey, I'm running back from base. And all good plans, just not at the same time.
No. Honestly, since they killed off Cliff and Auxilia, like, the two tanky people, they should have definitely just bursted down Fire Giant, which they would have been able to do relatively quickly over here with Acrylics, who's just using his sprint and catching up with Scary D and just taking him out with 3 shots. Like, they've got the damage for fire, and that was their opportunity to secure it for themselves right there at that point. However, they do have 2 Phoenixes down that should be respawning soon, and Team Redbox will probably take that liberty to kind of push out these waves and make sure that's okay in order to come over here and fight for this Fire Giant.
Yeah, Acrylics is, he's caught out Geb warding here. Auxilia really wanted that ward, but he could pay for it with his life, as that rollout is going to be interrupted. Athena coming back in. There should be a taunt, and there should be a kill here onto Geb as Na flanks around the backside. Nice Cataclysm to buy some time. It's not going to be enough, though. This Geb will eventually, there it is, fall.
Not at the expense of 0 damage, though. Not pretty low, as well as Acrylics, forcing them to back. Kai needs to stay in the area, or they're all going to back. His ultimate is down, so in case they do try to push fire, they don't have any vision on it, except for PvE Totally over here. Over to place the word, clear it out, make sure, alright, team, you guys went in there, you died a little bit, you got some kills, forced it back. I'm going to make sure that, you know, this team can't start it. Because I want to. I'm going to go ham in on this. And it's totally tanking the Fire Giant, getting it started, but getting spotted out by Cliff over here, who's like, you sneaky little baby. I got you.
They have to be very wary of this Hercules. His steal potential for the Fire Giant is certainly not bad, right? You just driving strike into Athena and take it. But now that he's walked away and totally seen that on the ward placed in that right-hand lane, that Fire Giant's going to go down for free. There are 2 baby Phoenixes up. They're not as strong as they once were. Cliff is going to get knocked up. His Spirit Robe is activated. Thor ult down, not going to connect. There's the driving strike, hits onto 2, but Cliff now taunted out, and he should die. He's got Divine Ruin. Gurok finds the kill up in the front. It's Acrylics, and he's looking for Sidfasta, but he could get turned around upon as there's Bastet stunned out, or knocked up rather, with a little bit of damage. And he's going to try and find something to lifesteal off of, but it's not quite that much lifesteal. Auxilia retreating under the Phoenix, and totally knows what's up. He's just going to go for the ejective. The cats have been dropped, and one more meteor on Knock. Kyborg very low. Will get body blocked in. Sheikah finds that kill.
Sheikah finds a kill onto Kyborg. Looks like they're just the... Oh, Acrylics, you have your jump! Run, man! Oh, no. Scary D picking up the kill off of that jump. Nah, dashed down. Gonna stay in lane a little bit as Tolly is up there just like, hey guys, I'm gonna kill this Ra, and then I'm gonna kill this Bastet, and then I'm gonna kill this on her, and then we're gonna win.
Basically, Tolly saw his team throwing, and he got real mad and killed 3 people.
And baby raged.
Baby rage, because he literally has rage. It's literally a baby with rage, so... So he was able to do that.
You caught on, I'm so proud of you!
Yeah. So that was good. They should be able to take the left Phoenix here. The Titan's not going to go down this time, though. Mistakes once again made by Team Bucket right before the end. And that's bad news, right? Anytime you're not winning in a team fight like this, you're slowly losing. Because eventually, you can't buy more items as a team. You can't get more levels. You can't get more gold. And that just means your opponents are catching up.
Exactly.
Actually, for the most part, they've caught up. I mean, pretty much everyone's full build.
Yeah, there's still a massive XP and gold difference, but at 40 minutes into the game, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
Right, like, it's an XP and gold difference, but then you look at the items and you're like, well, it's 2 levels on the support, and the Hunter doesn't quite have Deathbringer.
Barely. He barely doesn't have Deathbringer. They're going for a Gold Fury. In the game! Go up there.
So this Gold Fury is because they don't have the Fire Giant, or not all of them have the Fire Giant. They don't feel comfortable with pushing in without it. So they're going to kill the Gold Fury just for safety. They're going to look for some picks, like this Hercules here. Could potentially be a pick. He has to die here, and the Thor ult is critical. There's Weakening Curse. A nice driving strike. Did Thor's ult connect? He's still up in the air. He's going to find Shake in the backline, and that's just as good. On her jumps out, but it's the wall and the double tap to find the kill. Gurok with great play there as Zamana trying to dive on a Hercules, but doesn't quite get it. Now Gurok in trouble, and Anatoly trying to chase the wall, blocking him out just slightly. Acrylics coming in from the back.
Acrylics coming in from the back, trying to get some damage here, just casually, sprinting up to the Phoenix, trying to get some damage off on Auxilia. Ultimate coming out on Anatoly, though. They're going to take this Phoenix, no problem. Ultimate coming out by, Cliff, not connecting with anybody. Kai is already half dead after being back from the base. Cat's doing tons of damage, getting bodied by Cliff. But the Meteor, the damage saves him. Kai's getting out with literally 15 HP. Cliff getting picked up by Na over there. Nice flame wave. Path of Destruction looking here. We're looking right at the Titan. This could be game, ladies and gentlemen. Scary D jumping back in. Gurok taking tons of damage. Anatoly just working his way on the Titan. PvE Anatoly. He's probably going to get this. Oh, Mid Phoenix still up. Whoops, don't take that damage. Scary D trying to do as much damage to Na as humanly possible, but he doesn't realize that the Mid Phoenix is up. Titan is almost dead. Acrylics, you're the only one. You're the only one that can do this. Anatoly trying to sprint out as fast as humanly possible. The slow from Roth picking up that kill.
Oh, no. Once again, it's not a win, which means that Team Bucket is one step closer to a loss. Scary D jumping in onto the Hunter and will immediately jump back. He knows he doesn't want to be there as Acrylics takes a little bit more damage from that Raw.
That rude Raw snipe. Rude.
Yeah, didn't quite... Honestly, the only reason that didn't kill is because of how defensive Raw's build is, right? Like, he's got Wingblade, he's got Lotus Crown, he doesn't have that much to deal damage with. Acrylics should be able to get out here, or maybe go back in as Athena has ulted onto him. He's looking for Raw, he's looking for Geb, but I don't think he can find either, and will just have to back. So the one thing that I noticed about that fountain dive that I want to mention, and this is a dirty, dirty trick, Weakening Curse works on fountain healing.
Are you kidding me?
No, it actually does. So you can Weakening Curse when you're diving their Titan, and then they can't heal from the fountain, and then they eventually will just die. I guess the other thing was just that the Titan did reset a few times, so every time it resets, it gains 15% health, and that's part of why it's at half now.
Exactly. Honestly, I understand that going for Gold Fury they felt safer about, but this isn't at this point in the game, it's no longer time to be safe. It's time to get in there and make the plays and get it done. I mean, this is like the third Fire Giant attempt that we've seen so far this game. The first one not getting picked up by either team. The second one getting picked up by Team Bucket, but immediately losing 2 members, with Fire Giant on them due to some miscommunication, some misplay.
Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm, I guess. Let's hope so. Kyborg coming in here, totally coming in. Cliff coming in. Team Bucket, however, does secure it. They're looking to kill off Cliff here. Look, bombs coming out by Na over here in the backside. Oh, that Geb's super low. Picking up Cliff is Acrylics. Thor dunking in, taking out Auxilia. Athena ult coming in on Gurok, trying to look for the Bastet here. Bastet's running for her life. Magi's Blessing just being taken out by the wall. Sheikah, though, trying to get that damage in on Thor over here. Taunt coming out. Acrylics getting Sheikah. Right, Phoenix still up. Looks like the Titan is it's getting tons of damage done to it by lots of fire minions coming in. Are they just going to run past this, or are they going to continue to team fight? Gurok taking out Scary D. The Phoenix taking out Gurok. 4 members down on Team Breadbox, and that is a win, ladies and gentlemen, for Team Bucket.
Yeah, Anatoly just realizing the Titan is what matters, diving in and getting that one down. It's some taunt spam from Athena to end the game, and that's a little bit rude.
You're not playing Smite right, I guess, if you're not taunting. I don't even know why it's in the game. Why is that even allowed?
I just think they shouldn't be spammable, except for Raw's Laugh. Raw's Laugh spamming is, like, hilarious. Like, that's great. I'm down with that, but everything else is just, like, if you want to stand still and play out the entire taunt, I'm down. That's awesome, right?
Who's your MVP here?
I think Totally held the game together for the win.
He did.
Yeah.
Did.
I mean, like there were a lot of people on Team Bucket who played well. I think overall they just sort of outclassed Team Breadbox, but they did silly stuff. And Anatoly was just like, well, while you guys are throwing over there, I'm gonna take this objective.
Exactly. PvE, like I said, sometimes works in this game. Honestly,
it's in the grand scheme of things, you have to kill a boss to win the game. It's a PvE game.
Absolutely. You know, honestly, early on when we saw the Bastet pick up the 2 kills in dual lane, like around 6 minutes, I was like, oh god. Oh god, it's over. Like, Bastet getting kills is just like, it makes any casual nerd just kind of quiver with fear, because you're like, oh, she's gonna come back with like fully stacked, what is it? What is that stupid item? Transcendence. Fully stacked Transcendence. She's just gonna wreck me all day long for the rest of this game. But they actually did a really good job of controlling her, despite her having Magi's and full beads. Like, they took the CC advantage that they have and just really kind of punished them with it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it came down to the CC and the combos, and a lot of it also came down to outplays. There were multiple situations where certain players just went aggressive, played well, hit their shots, and got the kills that they otherwise shouldn't have. So overall, I think Team Bucket had a delayed but convincing win in this game.
Yeah. Like, they could have ended it a long time ago. I think
They probably should have ended it a long time ago.
they spent so much time, like, diving tier 2s with the tier 2 still up. Sometimes even the tier 1 still up. They spent too much time, like, deep in their jungle just trying to pick up these kills, allowing the other team who was down, which means that they have lower respawn times, to just come back into the fight and control it that much more. So, but it was definitely an entertaining game. I mean, that was 61 kills total versus 30 kills. And it was a 42-minute game. 90 kills in 40 minutes. That's beautiful. That's Smite, ladies and gentlemen.
That should be. That sounds like the title of someone who's stream sniping you. Honestly.